हेलो एवरीवन, हाउ टू अप्रोच फॉर ज्योग्राफी के लिए कैसे अप्रोच किया जाए। यूपीएससी सिविल सर्विसेज का प्री एंड मेंस दोनों का टॉपिक है। मेंस में जीएस पेपर 1 में आता है। मेंस जीएस पेपर 1, फाइन, जीएस पेपर 1 एंड प्रीलिम्स में इट इज रिटन इंडियन एंड वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी। ठीक है, सो विल डिस्कस हाउ मेनी क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग आस्क्ड फ्रॉम ज्योग्राफी in the prelims as well as the mains. What is the dominance of geography? Especially we can say कि environment में जो number of questions are keep on increasing. So what is the existence and the significance of geography? We'll see. ठीक है? So let's see. So how to approach for geography? We'll see this subject whether it is static or dynamic. Because any subject, it may be static, it may be dynamic. If the subject is dynamic in nature, will have to have a different approach. If a subject is in static in nature, static or dynamic बोलने का मतलब ये है the theory which has already been established, the things which are never going to change, like some certain theories, Alfred Wegener का continental drift theories, these theories are not never going to be changed. So those are the part of the static part, and the dynamic part, like the climate is being changed, global warming is taking place, the heat waves, the intensity of the heat waves, the intensity of the cyclones, and the frequency of the cyclones. These are the cause of the concern, isn't it? The cyclone used to be there earlier also. The forest fire used to be there earlier also, isn't it? ये सारे चीज पहले भी होते थे, but how the pattern, the nature of the cyclone has been changed. Those are the things we'll be discussing. Fine. So static है कि dynamic है? That is the question. So certain part of the geography is definitely static, but certain part है ना, जैसे मैंने बोला कि climate part है ना, that and the human part of the geography is dynamic in nature. So if the subject is static, we'll have to go by the textbooks. If subject is dynamic, we'll have to go by newspapers. ठीक है, NP, ठीक, न्यूज़पेपर्स. So let's see कि इसमें किस तरीके का कौन सा portion will be the dynamic in nature and some of the portion which are static in nature will be discussing and I'll be telling you in the course of this journey. So top to bottom approach or bottom to top approach, whether any subject I should be reading first the current affairs, then I should be going back to the theory, or else I should be reading the theory first and then I should be moving towards the current affairs. So which approach is better for this geography? तो वैसे मैं बताऊं कि जैसे मैंने बताया कि static plus dynamic is the nature of our geography. In the same manner, mostly you will go from top to bottom. Top to bottom मतलब theory first, then only you will be able to implement it. That's why universe का evolution is more important than evolution of Earth. That's why world geography is more important than Indian geography. Why? Because if you are able to implement the concepts of world geography in Indian context, definitely those concepts will prove to be correct in Indian context also. ठीक है ना? तो मतलब क्या है कि अगर वर्ल्ड लेवल के कंसेप्ट यू आर नोइंग, वर्ल्ड लेवल के जो फिनोमिना यू आर नोइंग, देन यू विल बी एबल टू इम्प्लीमेंट इंडियन कंटेक्स्ट में. लाइक जैसे क्या है, साइक्लोन्स का नेचर है, सम ऑफ द प्लेसेस इट इज कॉल्ड हरिकेन, typhoon, many kinds of the names you will be listening to it. But the tropical cyclones which India will experience at the time of June and September, whether that has the similarity with the typhoons and the hurricanes which are there in America and Japan respectively. So let's see whether we can come out with certain concept which is universal in nature. So let's see. Then third, current affairs. Current affairs, yes, human part of geography is more related to current affairs. Indian part of geography also, like Joshimat. Joshimat mein what you have seen, the land is being sinking. So yes, glaciers are melting fast. Recently, many incidents have happened. The landslides, the frequency of the landslide have increased. So yes, certain part is of the current affairs and certain parts are static in nature. The places in news are important for that year only. Like इस साल में जो भी places which are there in the news, you will have to identify. While reading the newspaper, you should be having an Alexa or OK Google with you, so that you can ask that where this place belongs to, which state, which country this place belongs to. ठीक है ना? Any phenomena which is happening डेफिनेटली उसका कोई कोऑर्डिनेट्स तो होगा कि कोई लैटिट्यूड एंड लॉन्गिट्यूड तो होगा ही, जहां पे भी जो भी चीज हो रहा है, इवन द राइट्स ऑल्सो, कहीं पे भी कुछ हो रहा है, द प्लेसेस यू शुड बी नोइंग दैट ऑन विच प्लेस एग्जैक्टली इट इज टेकिंग प्लेस, इवन द इलेक्शन ऑल्सो, इवन the world level summit also, even the sports also, isn't it? Then map related questions को कैसे attempt करना है, I'll be telling you. But the first thing you should be having, that you should be having a bigger map. Bigger map means the physical world geography का map you should stick in front of you, so that whenever you are listening to any place which are new, you are not knowing that place, so you should be referring that world atlas, the world map which is in front of you. ठीक है ना? सो मैथ क्वेश्चंस, हाउ टू अप्रोच इट, इसका एटलस कैसे पढ़ना है, इसके बारे में मैं आपको थोड़ा सा डिस्कस कर दूंगा, ठीक है? सो दैट इज द मैथ रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन कैन बी आस्क्ड. ज्योग्राफी प्लस अदर सब्जेक्ट्स, है ना? ज्योग्राफी हेल्प्स फॉर हिस्ट्री ऑल्सो, एनवायरमेंट ऑल्सो, पॉलिटी ऑल्सो, इकोनॉमिक्स ऑल्सो, है ना? इफ दैट सॉइल इज देयर, द इकोनॉमिक्स विल बी लाइक दैट ओनली, इजंट इट? इफ the area belongs to the mine area, mineral area पे है, तो definitely industrial activity will be more. So if you are putting certain maps along with your answer, regardless of whether that subject belongs to geography, in any subject, like for Indian part, if suppose I'll say ancient history के लिए जनपदास का डिस्कशन कर रहे हो, तो जनपदास के लिए again you can put certain maps, isn't it? कि कहाँ पे कौन से जनपदा थे. इन द सेम वे इकोनॉमिक्स में कुछ चीजें जो है, लाइक द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द क्रॉप्स एंड द मिलेट प्रोडक्शन कहाँ पे हो रहा है, द रेनफॉल, दोज थिंग्स यू कैन डेफिनेटली शो थ्रू द मैप्स एंड इट विल एनरिच योर आंसर, ठीक है ना? एनसीईआरटीज, what are the NCERT books which we'll be discussing? I'll be having a list of the NCERTs in the end of this slide. You will see these are the books which you will have to refer for GS paper 1 geography, ठीक है ना? The textbooks which are required I'll show you, and the newspaper. So how to approach for the geography? So these are the ways through which we can approach for the geography, and these are the places on which we can use the geography, isn't it? So both of the things are there. So let's see how many questions are being asked in the prelims examination. So trend, you can see 2012 to 2022. How many questions are being asked? This is my subject, India and World Geography का part है. You can see 17, 18, 20, 18, 3, 8, 9, 8, 13, 10, 9. Roughly 10 to 12 questions are being asked, isn't it? 10 to 12, मतलब 10% weightage is there, definitely, and 10 to 15% vary, it may vary. But if I'll take environment also as my subject, because why I'm saying this, because geography का one part is environmental geography, isn't it? तो environmental को part को add कर लेते हैं, तो what you can see roughly average is 15. Here the average is 12. So roughly 27% weightage is there from geography plus environment. So definitely it is a good deal. अगर 100 क्वेश्चन आने हैं, अगर 30 के आसपास आपके दो सब्जेक्ट से आ रहे हैं, तो इट इज अ गुड डील, ठीक है ना? Anyways, it is my subject, so I should be telling certain good things about this subject, isn't it? So anyways, but this is the fact. India and World Geography में से कैसे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, तो environment and India and World Geography के साथ मिला के, है ना? You cannot say that this topic belongs to environment, this topic belongs to geography. So it is having certain correlations. Geography scratches the back of environment, and environment scratches the back of geography. Fine? Okay, let's move ahead. So here you can see the same thing has been shown in the graphs. Take India and World Geography 12%. Fine. So let's see certain questions which has been asked in the mains examination. You can see the pattern of the questions which are being asked. Why? Because we should always see the syllabus and the question papers and the prelims question, the mains question, so as to make you focus for the examination. The kind of things which you'll have to do and the kind of things you don't have to do. And whether by reading that page in the textbook, whether I'll be in the position to solve certain mains and prelims related question, so that what kind of questions are being asked you should be knowing, then only you will be able to guess कि इस पेज से कैसा टाइप का क्वेश्चन आएगा, ठीक है ना? तो लेट्स सी, हिमालयस आर हाईली प्रोन टू लैंडस्लाइड्स, डिस्कस द कॉजेज एंड सजेस्ट द सुटेबल मेजर्स ऑफ मिटिगेशन. So I'll be definitely discussing about the landslides and the landslides which are happening in Himalaya and other regions of the world. But the question is in dynamic in nature. Next time it may ask leaving Himalaya, it may ask from Nilgiri, it may ask from Annamalai. So every places the landslide phenomena is there, and the causes may be somewhere different, and that is unique to that area also. So the common things which are required for the landslides, I'll be discussing definitely. But the specific area में लैंडस्लाइड होने का क्या रीजन है, दैट इज मोर रिलेटेड टू करंट अफेयर्स, जो इमीडिएट कॉज होते हैं, ठीक है ना. सो वी हैव द 70 to 80% नॉलेज अबाउट द लैंडस्लाइड थ्रू आउट द वर्ल्ड. कहीं पे भी होने वाले हैं, जहां पे भी होगा उसका क्या रीजन होगा. द नॉर्मल फिनोमिना वी आर नोइंग लाइक डिफॉरेस्टेशन, excessive melting of the glaciers, and at the same time excessive pressure of the tourism. So these are the common answers to the landslides. But we have the specific uh, reasons for specific regions, isn't it? So yes, अगर हिमालय है तो we should be knowing it is not the specific place, it is an important place, we should be knowing, isn't it? So yes, this kind of question will never be written in the textbooks. Simply the concept which you have got, you will have to implement those things here. Explain the formation of thousands of islands in Indonesia and Philippines. इंडोनेशिया एंड फिलीपाइंस आर्किपेलागो में इतने टाइप के थाउजेंड्स ऑफ आइलैंड्स कैसे बने हैं, है ना, क्या रीजन है. सो इफ वी नो हाउ अवर अंडमान एंड लक्षद्वीप हैज बीन फॉर्म, can't we implement that knowledge, that concept to the formation of these archipelagos, isn't it? इसमें बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे smaller islands are there in Philippines and Indonesia, and that was the place where the tsunami has occurred. That was the place where every day, every time there is a certain kind of the volcanic eruptions are there, and there might be that within an year the most active places of the world are these regions only. So do we have any kind of the connection with the earthquakes which are happening, the tsunami which are happening, at the same time the kinds of islands which are formed here? So do we have any kind of connections? Yes, we have the connection. That's the scope of just geography. Why are the world's fold mountain system located along the margins of the continent? इतने सारे fold mountain हैं, why they are located on the margins of the continent only? So yes, we'll be having a detailed discussion how Andes has been formed, how Rockies has been formed, which are there on the western part of the margin. So in this manner, the whole of the world में जो भी चीजें हो रही है, world fold mountain के जो western side के जो fold mountain है, we can implement those things, isn't it, by having certain examples. Then theory of the continental drift. ये this is the static question. इस टाइप का अगर क्वेश्चन पूछ देता है तो it is not good for you. If you are a serious aspirant, you should expect the tough question. You should not expect the static question. ठीक है ना? Major hot deserts in northern hemisphere are located between 20 to 30 degree north and on the western side of the continents. Most of the hot deserts जो है 20 to 30 degree latitude के बीच में है. What is the reason? ठीक है, तो ये क्लाइमेट से निकलेगा, हम लोग उसके सारे रीजन आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे. हियर यू विल हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, देयर आर मेनी रीजंस फॉर दिस. इफ यू आर इन द पोजीशन टू एक्सप्लेन ऑल द रीजंस which are responsible for this, definitely you will be scoring good marks. But you have cited only one or two causes, so that will not fetch you good marks. ठीक है ना? So that's why you should not be you should be knowing the fact such a thorough way, so that all the possible causes of this I should be in the position to accommodate, isn't it? So that's the thing. Bring out the causes for more frequent landslides in the Himalayas than in Western Ghats. So here you can see the same kind of question had been asked. So the mains question are being repeated. Just certain modification and bolding will be there, isn't it? So here I have shown you certain examples. Okay? The question which we had discussed in second number of question, that was archipelago of Indian Ocean. You can see these are the archipelago of the Indian Ocean. So Andaman, Chagos, Cocos, Comoros, Caribbean. So these are the archipelago. So if I know how Andaman and Lakshadweep had been formed, definitely I can answer the phenomena of the formation of archipelago. Here you can see Lakshadweep, the map of Lakshadweep is there, and Andaman is there. So in Indian part of geography, we'll discuss these things in detail. Some of the islands are newly erupted because of certain cyclones. So New Moor Island, which is the bone of contention between two countries. So yes, that is also disputed island. again see certain questions. They discuss the concept of the air mass and explain the role in macroclimatic changes. So, concept of air mass is static in nature, and its role in macroclimatic change, it is static plus dynamic in nature. Factor responsible for origin of ocean currents, yes, that is static we can say, but their influence in regional climate, fishing, and navigation, a bit dynamic. So what you can say, these are the questions which has been asked from the climate part, isn't it? Certain recent cyclonic phenomena it has asked directly with its name, like Pele. Bring out the causes for the formation of heat islands in the urban habitat of the world. Recently, what has happened? The temperature in the urban areas are increasing like 45 degree or 46 degree or 50 degree maybe. So just because of the concrete jungle which we have formed, and there is no place for the grasses and the trees, so that's why that island has become heated up. है ना? So how it is affecting the flow of the winds? कैसे ये affect कर रहा है wind के flow को? Those things it has asked. So it is dynamic in nature, isn't it? So you can see the kind of question which are being asked. Randomly, what are the economic significance of the discovery of oil in the Arctic Sea and its possible environmental consequences? So, the discovery of the oil in the Arctic Sea is the phenomena of that year. But anywhere, if oil is found, how it has been formed, and what is the significance of the oil, plus what are the consequences of the oil. So, it is not actually exclusively for Arctic Sea only. It may be for many of the places wherever the oil exploration is there, definitely environment will be damaged, isn't it? So if environment will be damaged, so that same thing you can put here. Yes, certain exclusive things which you have read from the current affairs, you will have to put here. Fine. So GS पेपर वन के मेंस के सिलेबस में क्या लिखा है? फैक्टर्स अफेक्टिंग इंडस्ट्रियल लोकेशन, फैक्टर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर लोकेशन ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी टर्शरी इंडिया एंड वर्ल्ड. So GS paper वन के syllabus में like what I had showed you, physical part of geography में what you had seen, world part of geography, the geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, and recently the questions you had seen. Now certain part of geography which are a bit different, like industrial location के लिए कौन कौन से factor responsible है at certain places wherever the industry has been established. Definitely there are many things you should be capturing.